Do I look tired? Do I look tired? I think I look tired. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Joyce here for you guys today with a makeup video. I haven't done one of these in forever, so I figured why not today, and we can all get ready together. I have done my eyebrows. I'm doing a favorites video. I hadn't even said what I'm doing. Today's video will be a summarization of some of my favorite products that I've been using across the few months, makeup products. Not too many because I haven't really been buying that much makeup, but I definitely have loved each and every single one of these things that I'm going to be using today, so I figured maybe you will want to see in action. So as you can see, I am barefaced, literally only eyebrows on. And you guys remember when we used to like clean eyebrows on, or clean eyebrows with concealer? I stopped doing that for a while, but I was watching one of my old videos and I thought, actually let me bring that back. Base. Right now I only have moisturizer on. I actually don't have primer. I haven't had primer for ages. Maybe I should buy some, but I have been using Pat McGrath M23 mixed with the Uoma Beauty Say What foundation in, what color is this? T1W. But the reason why I've been mixing these two, right, is because so Pat McGrath has a satin luminous finish, right? It's supposed to replicate really healthy skin, whereas the Uoma one is a little bit more matte. So when you mix the worlds, you get this satin matte finish. And then also there's a slight yellowness to this color that I really like, and when it's mixed in with the brown of the Pat McGrath, I just feel like it works. I just feel like it works. So let's get this on. Next we're going to talk about concealer, and of course I had to mention the Uoma concealer. This has been amazing. This is the Uoma Stay Woke foundation concealer in number T2 from the Bronze Venus line. So my criticism of this when I actually did my first impressions was the fact that it's basically almost my skin shade, right? It's almost my exact skin color, which I kind of wanted something that was a little bit more brightening. And looking at the other color that was available, I feel like that was going to be a little bit too light. However, I really don't care. Like, the formula of this is so good that I'm just willing to live with it. The color is absolutely fine. I'll make it work. It's cool. It actually reminds me a lot of the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. See how creamy that concealer is, how soft matte drying that one is very similar to the Uoma one, but the Uoma one is creamier. It's creamier, girl. She stays all day. She blends in fantastically. She works with every single foundation formulation you have. Like, she really is that chick. So I've been really getting into using a brush to apply my concealer. I don't know who I saw do this. I think it was Vicky J. I saw do like use the brush. Oh yeah, no, everybody was basically Vicky J, Kinky Sweat, I think even Kelsey. They were using the Pat version of this, and I was like, oh, I really like that technique, but I was not gonna spend, you know, the money to get the Pat one. I don't know, I really just don't like buying makeup brushes. In all honesty, I just don't like it, so that's why I wasn't really gonna spend the money buying Pat's one. But I've just really been liking using a small brush to apply the concealer. Okie doke, so that is the base. Now before I actually set the concealer, I'm gonna go into highlighter. I have been enjoying putting highlighter directly onto concealer just to allow it to kind of sink in to the skin a little bit better, to last a little bit better, and just look a little bit more like natural. And the highlighter that I've been loving is this one. This is a Tom Ford Sheer Highlighting Duo. This came out a while back. It's in the shade Reflex Gilt. It came out a while back, but I know that this color is definitely in a few of his new palettes, so you can definitely find this gold shade nowadays. Now I almost actually decluttered this palette because I just wasn't reaching for it. I'm not a huge gelée formula kind of girl, but I gave it one last chance, you know, and I put it to the test, and actually I've really been enjoying how sheer and buildable this palette is. What should I do today? I'm gonna mix both of them. Let me just take those two. So there is a highlighter, and I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, that looks crazy, it hasn't been blended out, but don't worry, it will. I just needed to stick to the wet parts of my face right now so that it really sinks in, and then with the rest of my powders I basically just buff everything out. Speaking of powders, the next one comes from Pat McGrath Labs, and it is the, what do you call it, Skin Sublime Perfecting Blurring Eye Powder. I mean, I've used it so much that this is literally just like wiping off. This is the light version. I do have it in medium, but there's just something about this light version that I live for. I stopped baking my concealer for a while because I just didn't like how cakey it was looking, but with this powder it's so finely milled that I can bake and sweep it away and everything is all golden. So I love these powders. The formulations of them are excellent. Next, for the base of what I've been loving, Gucci. The Gucci bronzer. This is in the color number 4. They came out with this like in the height of summer, I want to say, and I'm still really in love with this, you guys. Like, it's been my absolute favorite bronzer to use. I'll link above the bronzer try on and the bronzer collection video that I had, and actually even at that point I hadn't gotten my new ones like my Nars and everything else, but this has just been the one that I've been reaching for. There's something about that golden color on my skin tone that I live for. Like, it's slightly yellow, you know, it kind of reminds me of Nars Casino, but not as dirty and grungy, just a lighter version of that in terms of the color, and it's excellent. So let me get this on my face. So now we move on to the fun part, the eyes. Now I have a few favorites. You guys should not be surprised by any of these at all if you keep track of me, but they come from my 2 faves, Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona. What can I say? Like, these formulas are top tier. Now I think probably next to some indie brands, these are some of the best formulas on the market. I need to actually get into more indie brands and more eyeshadow formulas, but I kind of like what I like, you know. Anyway, I've been really enjoying the bronze palette, this one, and I really hesitated in picking this up because I just thought, oh, she's basic, I'm not gonna use her, but I have been using her. Okay, I have been going to this palette for everything. So we're gonna use this today because I want to do something brown, maybe smoky. And then we also have to talk about these bad boys. These are the new Pat McGrath palettes that she's released for the Celestial, what's it called, Celestial Divinity Luxe Quads. So I have 2 here. I have Rose Risk, I'll show you guys in a second, which comes in the pink packaging, and then I have Fleur Fantasia, you know, which comes in the lavender packaging. Now surprisingly, I actually really enjoy this one, the lavender one, and when I saw the initial pictures I thought that it's giving me spring, you know, it's giving me Barbie doll, it's giving me all that kind of like really airy fairy, and I was just like, I don't know if that's the spirit I'm in right now. But I have been using this this as a blush as well. I might use that as a blush today. It's so pretty. This duochrome is so gorgeous. This works amazing as a brown bone highlight, and this on the lids has just been fantastic. So I actually think this might be my favorite palette, and I didn't think it was going to be. And then we have Risk Rosé, I think, is that what you call it? I'm obsessed with this pink shade right here. It's so creamy. Isn't that gorgeous? So divine. I love that pink. I love anything rose gold, and I feel like this is literally the best representation of a rose gold eyeshadow that I've come across in a really long time, and the formula in these quads is fantastic. My biggest criticism of last year's palettes was the fact, or the last year like special palettes, was the fact that the formulas in them were really crumbly. Like, yes, they are the glitter shades, and that's kind of what you expect from Pat's glitter shades, but they were too crumbly for my liking. So even though I used them, it just kind of was a bit finicky, whereas the formula in these palettes is so much more refined and creamier, and even the ones that are super glittery are just not, they don't break apart on your face everywhere, so you don't have to worry about getting fallout on your face, and they still have the same shine and impact that you would expect. So I saw some people online saying that, you know, this year's palettes don't have the special shades and da-da-da. I'm like, girl, they have special formulas, all right? That's what I'm living for. Like, the shades as well are very spectacular. I mean, come on, lavendering. I wore this the other day on my inner corner and it was just giving me everything. It gave me everything. The shades in here are all spectacular. They all have their own unique shift, their own unique something or other. But really and truly, the specialness of this year's edition has been the formulas, because the formulas have been outstanding. And I love that they're able to tweak and listen to feedback and tweak things as they go along. Also, this pink, stop. This pink, right, starts off, you think, oh, it's gonna be a really intense fuchsia pink, especially from the swatch. But once you start using it on your eyes, it actually starts off really soft and demure, and you can build it up. So that means pretty much everybody on the skin tone spectrum can use this pink without feeling intimidated. She did that. She did that. All right, so those are the shades. Now I'm like, what can I do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What shall I do? Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, so we're done with the eyes. I think it came out all right. I did like a whole hodgepodge of all of the palettes, so needless to say, I really like them. Anyway, next we're on to our next favorite, which is this face powder from Sicily right here. Oh man, this is a Photo Poudre compact in the number 4 bronze. I will link above the review video that I did for this, but needless to say that I'm still really obsessed. Really obsessed. I'm holding out for the Black Friday sales to see if Harrods does anything crazy and does like 20% off or something, to then pick up another one of this. I'm not sure if you guys can even see, but I'm approaching hitting pan, which I'm quite proud about, honestly, because I never do that with any of my products. I'm just kind of like, I really like that. But it's been such an amazing product. It's super refined, really creamy, gives you a refined finish to the face, kind of helps smooth everything out, lightly sets your foundation. I wouldn't say this is gonna, you know, set your foundation in place for the whole day or anything. You're probably gonna need a setting spray for that, but it does a really good job of smoothing out the skin and making your face just look super perfected. I love it. And just quickly, let's go ahead and put on the blush. I should have put on the blush before I actually put the face powder, but I completely forgot. We're gonna go into the peach shade right here. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and go ahead and put that on the cheeks. I like a light peachy blush. Like, that's kind of my favorite blush tone, blush color. And I'm just really been liking how effervescent this is. Like, this palette surprised me. I was not expecting to like it as much as I do. And here I am using every single shade almost every day, and using the powders as blush shades as well, you know. So I do think this is quite versatile. It's probably the one that you're going to be like, oh, I don't need that. Who's going to put lavender on their eyes every day? But It's so pretty, and as you can see, it works across so many different skin tones as well, so you don't have to worry about being washed out or anything. And look at that as a blush. Isn't it so pretty? Okay guys, I am back. This is what the eyes look like. I've just put my lashes on, the face, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk about this bad boy right here. This is a Chantakai Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. I spoke about this as well in another video because I actually really wasn't feeling the gelée formula. But now that we're in winter, somehow the gelée formula is actually sitting a lot nicer on my skin. I don't know if it's because it's cold, so I'm not sweating as much, therefore the gelée doesn't sit on top of my skin as much. Now it's kind of settling in quite nicely. So times like this, when I've lost a little bit of brightness under my eye, I will go back into the powder, just take a little bit on a brush and kind of brighten the under eye up again. You guys, I use a lot of powders in my regime. I just really like the effect of a really nice perfecting powder, and there's so many of them on the market as well that I just feel like, you know, it's worth a good shot, Now this will look a little bit light for a moment, and then I will spray it down with some Fix Plus or something like that. But you know, it does just enough to bring back the brightness on the under eye that I may have lost when I was doing everything else. So yeah, that's what we're currently looking like in terms of the face. Now we're on to lips. Pretty much this is the last step for me, so nothing really that new to report here, apart from, okay, first of all, you guys know Proper Beauty, I live in these lipsticks. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wear them. This is my favorite one, and this is Victress, which is like a medium chocolate brown. I don't know what else to say. I feel like this is just my perfect go-to brown lipstick. Okay, I actually have a code with Proper Beauty as well, which is an affiliate code, or I get a kickback kind of vibe. So if you want to get them, you can use my code. If not, go ahead to their website. But either way, these lipsticks, forget it. Like, just do yourself a favor and get 5, you know. The other lipsticks that I've really been enjoying come from Pat McGrath Labs, and these are her Lip Fetish Divinal Lip Shine. These names, y'all. But first of all, the packaging is divine. That's the first thing. This metallic rose gold, can't go wrong. And second of all, they are a lip balm, and I'm a huge fan of lip glosses, you know, anything that makes your lips look juicy and shiny. That's what I'm about. Okay, and the formula on these, oh my gosh, superb. So basically every time I order from the Pat McGrath website, I pick up 2. My plan is to own them all, you know, so hopefully she does another sale. No, they weren't in the sale last time, but hopefully she'll do a sale when they're on, like, and they're on the sale, and then I can get the rest of them. But I love them. So anyway, let me get the lips on. By the way, this is a lip pencil from, I don't know where. I've had it for eons. I don't even know what brand it's from or whatever, but I'm just using a standard pink lip liner. And then I'm gonna go in with, oh, this color, by the way, is Love Interest. Need I say more? Need I say more? Need I? Need I? Look at that. Look at the material. I love them. I love them. I love them. And I'm just gonna top it up with Victress, just in the center. I'm just gonna bring in a little bit of brown. The outskirts, I don't know. I'm just gonna put this on top. And there we have it. This is the finished look using all of my favorites. Let me know what you think about some of the products down in the comment section below. Are any of these your current favorites? Are any of them stuff that you haven't tried? I don't know, I'm interested. Definitely let me know what you think. Hopefully you are keeping well, and I will see you in my next one.